I bought this electric screwdriver because I wanted to use it to make an automatic cat nail trimmer. It didn't work for that purpose, but about halfway through I realized I could repurpose the video I'd already shot into making something kind of about right to repair. So this is a nice little electric screwdriver. It has a USB charger, but the thing is, even though there's this cap on the end, there's no way to remove the battery. And then it says, oh, you can recycle me, which means it ends up in a pile in the street in China. So I thought, hey, let's make a video where I'll use the first part of the footage to show the teardown. And then in the second part, I can kind of rebuild this. First of all, I want to put the drive button in a more useful place. And then also have it so you can easily swap in and out 18650s, which you can just charge externally. Let's get started. So this is a Works electric screwdriver. Oh, it's got a cover for USB-C. I'm actually starting to come around on USB-C. It's weird that they just have that one flapping in the breeze. I think this might have a microcontroller in it. Like, see how it does ramping? Hear that? If I had another one of these, I could use it to take this one apart, and it would be very meta. What would that Zuckerberg guy say? I guess I'm evil, maybe? So I have this theory with the metaverse. Oh, gee, I'm shocked. It looks like there's an 18650 in there. Who could have guessed? So metaverse. Maybe the metaverse is about saving the world. So I was thinking about it. It's like, oh, you can live your whole life in a metaverse. First of all, that sounds terrible. But what would be an advantage of living in a metaverse? Like, what if, so I looked it up. Like, what if you had a brain in a jar? Like, what was that movie, Downsizing, with Matt Damon, where they shrink people to save energy or something? Maybe it's that kind of thing where, like, if we could put half the world's population turn them into brains in a jar, we would save, let's see here, how much would you save? So let's say you took average of 2250 calories between men and women. And then I think a brain only requires about 250, so you're talking about 2,000 calories per person per day times, oh, let's be conservative, say only 3 billion people get turned into brains in a jar. You would save 6 trillion calories of energy per day if you turned half the world into brains in jars. Maybe that's what they want to do. Hmm? I miss those bygone halcyon days where you could find a screw just by lifting up a sticker. You know, I think I should put my Roomba in my bedroom, because I live in a one-story ranch house. Right now it's in the living room near my TV. I mean the base. But like just now when I turned it on to distract my cat, somehow the Roomba immediately beelines out of the living room, around the TV, down the hallway, and straight into my bedroom, where it will proceed to not find the door until the battery runs out. So since it does such a great job of finding my bedroom, maybe I should, maybe that's where I should put the charging base. It's just so crazy. There was a cap on the end of this that you could easily screw off. But what was the point of removing the cap? Unless this comes out like a cartridge. Give me the secrets of gummy berry juice. All through the forest they sing out in chorus, marching along as the song fills the air. See, they could have had just, look, they could have had this cap, you could remove it, and then pull out the cell and put in another one. Right, this thing almost could have been like, right to repair. Well, it's definitely got a microcontroller, because watch this. I can't change the torque while it's running. You know, there were other gummy treats they could have made shows about. Gummy worms, slithering here and there and everywhere. Eating dirt that's beyond compare. They are the gummy worms. Wait, worms and dirt don't rhyme. Slippery and slimy, courageous and tiny, eating up soil and pooping out dirt. Oh, I see. The circuit board's going to go all the way up here for the buttons. Well, yeah, I mean, they've got like the subframe for this. It's like, why couldn't this just be removable? Why? Wow, that's some thick plastic around this. This tool could probably take quite the beating. Yeah, I might actually go buy another one of these. Who needs buttons? Ah. Yeah, it's two little tack switches. Oh god, look, they're not even centered. Look at that. Yeah, look how they staggered the contacts. See how they're not centered forward and back? Well, it's definitely TTL controlled, which is good. It's over, electric screwdriver. I have the high ground. Just remove this. There's your wires. Whoa. Look at that big honking microcontroller. Oh wow, so they've got a full MOSFET driven H bridge on this. Now, actually they might not be MOSFETs, they might be like tip 102s. Actually they should say. Yeah, the CMD 1402 is a NPN transistor. So yeah, they're gonna have 2 NPNs and 2 PNPs, which will give you a H bridge motor controller. That makes sense. It's kind of a big chunk and microcontroller they got on there. It has to be a microcontroller. What else would it be? Speaking of which, is there a charge controller? I'm guessing this is an interrupt wake driven microcontroller. Let's hook this up to the meter. Whoa! That was like 2 amps. Did you see that? Okay, that's me hitting the torque button. So it wakes up the microcontroller, probably changes something, and then let's see if it goes back to sleep. Go to sleep. Hush, little one, go to sleep. Sleep. Sleep, Spider-Man! You and I are not so different. I thought it would go to sleep. Is that its quiescent current? 9 milliamps? That's a lot, actually. Yeah, see, there's me pushing the button to change the torque, so it's thinking. That microcontroller looks an awful lot like the one I'm using for my MGC project. Oh, this must be one of those power-only USB-C plugs that people were talking about on my website. Or my, whatever it's called. The YouTubes. Ah, okay, so it's not the same chip. Although it has power and ground kind of in a similar place at the top 2 pins, but they're swapped left and right versus the AT-Tiny 1616. So if you wonder, why can't I get a microcontroller? It's not that they don't exist. It's because these companies... Originally, this is going to be the basis of an automatic cat nail trimmer, but my theory of operation failed, so now I'm going to switch gears. Almost literally, since there's going to be a planetary gearbox in this. I mean, I actually have another one of these, as I mentioned. I bought another one. And it's pretty handy, but the location of the buttons is weird. And also, the fact that you can't remove the LiPo is dumb. Hashtag right to repair. This appears to be 2 separate pieces, although this... Well, what is this? That's plastic. Okay, so it's plastic, metal. It would be nice if this thing was more like a pencil. So I was thinking I could crack this open and re-3D print the entire case, put the buttons in a better place, and then have a compartment so you could pop in and out an 18650. So if it went dead, instead of having to charge it up, you could just pop in a fresh 18650. I hope the case is not holding the planetary gear system in place. This is a self-contained gearbox. I went to school with 27 Jennifers. Nowadays, kids would be like, what's the name Jennifer? I've never heard that name on Snapagram. Poor Zoomers. Right to repair. I'm the right to repair bear. And I'm here to tell you, you have a right to repair. Now, the 18650 is slightly longer than the battery that came with it. Oh, so 18650, it's 18 millimeters in diameter, 65 millimeters in length. Hashtag the more you know. It's evident why they had to put the buttons so far back if you look at it. like this. And then even then you can see where they had to do that like offset trick with the molding under the buttons, even to make this work. But if we cheat the system, we can move this up. You know, maybe it wouldn't even matter if we buried the charging port, because if you can just swap in a 18650, I don't know. I mean, I like the idea of swapping in batteries. It's kind of cool. I've got some of these 18650 clips. I'll probably need to open it up a little bit. Bud, why are you whining? I let you in here, you whine. If I don't let you in here, you whine. I mean, can you see my point of view here? I think the solution here would be to design a 3D printed part that can fit onto the end of the motor, and then we'll press fit this into it. Old, 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 old. Old, 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 old. Theme from Indiana Jones 5. Old, 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 old. Old, 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 old. All right, so you got this piece, which will attach to that piece, and then the LiPo end thing is supposed to go into these slots. I designed this to come apart. Are those bullet holes? It's no longer than the other piece, but I think we can make it slightly, well, not really skinnier. All right, so battery there. Let's see if this fits. I'll take anal bumhole covers for 800. That's album covers for 800. I cut an album full of dirty limericks just so I'd be eligible. I'm gonna make sure that's in there pretty good. All right, so I'm gonna solder this positive wire right there. Check the voltage. 3.5. That's good. Otherwise the buttons will be backwards. Okay, so the idea is we connect it with these 4 screws. That's why I put holes in the rear, because the screwdriver has to go somewhere, doesn't it? Hello, is it me you're looking for? Yeah, that's what I want. When this screwdriver hits 88 RPM, you're gonna see some serious screwing. All right, got the LED light. LED light, that's redundant. The LED light hooked back up. We have the negative battery terminal, which I'll bring back this way. And that'll connect via the cap that I have to design. The design of this, I'm kind of just making it up as I go along. No. Yeah, like that. We need a cap, some sort of quick release cap down here for the battery. Then we need a frame here, and then we need this to continue backwards to cover the buttons. The torque button, and then the 3 indicator lights. So probably what I could do is build it this far back, then create another set of interface screws, much like this, but have it here, the outside of this, and then use that to attach on the final portion. So we kind of build it backwards from this direction. I made this single piece casing. It butts up here to the LiPo holder, so I still need to design whatever quick release cap would go here. I think buttons should just feel different. It's like assume the person's not looking at them. See, if that button falls down, it's gonna hit some part and then the whole thing won't remove. Yep, see how the button's tilted? If I hold the button up, maybe it'll work. There we go. Oh, crap! Oh no! Oh no! I broke this inductor. Oh crap. 3D printed parts aren't strong. Well, apparently they're strong enough to break inductors. Well, I'll have to put a new inductor on there to repair this. You know what the solution probably should be? The portion here, the two buttons, I should make this part of that and then just move these tines back here. That way the only other button is back here for the torque, but when you push that on, you don't have to worry about that passing over where the inductor was. I didn't have any surface mount inductors that were as small as that one. Hopefully this one fits and works. There's a Zener diode next to that. I wonder if they're doing some sort of voltage boost in this thing. That goes there. This goes here. Feed the power wire through, and then this connects back here. It's supposed to. Okay. This rear portion I've got to glue together in two halves because otherwise there's no way to. Otherwise there's no way to put it together because you have to. Here, let's cut this off like that. Okay, so we're gonna snake that through. Ground wire. Yeah, this tab needed some adjustment. Can't give you a tab unless you order something. Just give me a Pepsi free. If you want a Pepsi pal, you're gonna pay for it. I made these locking tabs. Was the tolerance not enough? Come in. Ah, there we go. In here, allegedly. Yeah. Now I just need a pivot point. Need something. This brass rod is too. Yeah, actually, it might work. So let's see if it opens. Battery in. Flux capacitor fluxing. Oh, we're not getting contact. Maybe there's not enough pressure. Yeah, it needs a bit more pressure on the back. Of course, I gotta bend it farther than I want it to go because #metal. Okay, I just got to find a better rod for this part. Oh, let's add a little pressure insurance behind there. Let's try a hot swap. There we go. That's something I like about the Xbox video game controllers. If it's dead, you can just swap in new batteries. You don't have to sit there and wait for it to charge or hook up a cable. Oh no, my furnace is running. 0 production values. Single female lawyer. That's pretty good. I think the most eye-opening thing about having a modern car is the radio has like a screen on it and it'll tell you what song the radio station is playing and you're like, what? Pink Cadillac isn't by Eddie Rabbit? I don't care for your money, 'cause I've got plenty of that. I love you for your pink Cadillac. Wait a minute, if he has a lot of money, couldn't he just buy his own pink Cadillac? Hashtag song fails. Oh, that battery battery seems a bit low. Swap in another one. Hope I didn't swap in the same battery I just removed. The internet could probably tell me. Oh, that battery's even deader. I kind of wonder if that inductor, well, I'm sure the inductor was the wrong size. I just grabbed whichever one that I had that fit. What is the torque setting on this? Let's go all the way. For spending all my money on a Saturday night. Guess it's a change of pace from most Bruce Springsteen songs, which are like, Christmas Eve and I lost my job. No. Christmas Eve and I'm down at the bar. Lost my job and I can't get far. Married my high school sweetheart then. American dream isn't mine again. Ooh, Bruce Springsteen, a millionaire singing songs for blue collar people. He might be a billionaire now. According to my NSA Pringles can, who just doxed Bruce Springsteen for me, he's worth $650 million? Man, he could almost be a billionaire. Man, that's a lot of money. What's the net worth of Britney Spears?
Britney Spears is worth an estimated $70 million US. Her annual base salary is $30 million US.
Wait, her net worth is $70 million and her yearly salary is $30 million? What is she spending it all on? Well, there you have it. We took a power screwdriver from Menards that has a built-in battery that can't be removed, and we made it so you could remove the built-in battery, which makes it more environmentally friendly, and also I put the button closer to where I wanted it. There was another screwdriver I saw where you kind of twisted the front of it to make it go, but I wanted something pen-like, like this. Oh no, it's a couple millimeters longer than the original. Foil! Oh, and I get another random lipo. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video where we used a lot of 3D printer filament to make a tool somewhat more environmentally friendly. Maybe these part shortages will lead to a return to actually serviceable electronics, not throwing things away like we saw that with that medical supply video. I think next time I do an order, I'll probably try to find a more proper inductor for right there. I swapped in a 6.8. I can feel it getting warm. It's probably a 100 microhenry. So I'll just, in the future, I will, next time I do an order, I'll put one on the order and then I'll just take this apart and replace that again. But yeah, it worked out pretty nice. And now I've got two of them. Yeah, like this one, like, yeah, like you kind of have to do this to drive. I've been using this a lot, but I don't know. It'd be better if it was like a pen. So that's kind of what I was going for here. Well, I noticed the lights stay on for a few seconds after you drill. That's probably why the unit wasn't going to sleep right away. Oh, and then we still have the torque control button. I didn't 3D print a window because I'm lazy. All right, well, I guess I'll top off these batteries and I'll use this next time I have a single-headed controller order come in.